welcome back to What Ifs and Maybes, a podcast about the what ifs of our lives and the maybes of our heart. This is your host, Pau,
and Mads and Nina.
and we're back with a new prompt.
The prompt of this week, Pao, is what if you had to create a soundtrack of your life? Ooh, what songs would you have?
For this prompt, actually, not for this prompt, but I had a soundtrack, a playlist that I listened to every day when I was in the darkest times of my life.
Oh,
Yeah. So my playlist is called Songs for the Soul. So all of the songs here resonated with me during that time. So the first would be Learn to Let Go
bye.
by Kesha. And the first few lines really resonated with me back then. It was been a prisoner of the past, had a bitterness when I look back. And that was in the past. Well, a little until now, I was really bitter with the fact that I wasn't able to graduate on time because of that 1 month. So it really hurt me. Not only was my heart broken, but my soul. I think I already said this before in our previous podcast, but that was really something that hurt my soul. So that's why, especially during the pre-chorus, your happy endings up to you. I believe that.
That's
I
nice.
believe, especially in my motto. I don't know if people or if other people remember this.
Nina said, I believe what a Miss Universe answer, Pao.
So that's why I believe my philosophy in life, everything in the lyrics of the song is what I believe in. So that's why I chose this song for the first song to be included in the soundtrack of my life. How about you, Mats? What's the first song that you would include?
Ooh, okay. Soundtrack? Soundtrack is such a broad term. Like, do I even have a track to go to in my life? I'm kidding. But anyway, a soundtrack. I didn't really prepare for this that much because I really like a lot of genres, and picking a specific song is quite hard for me. But
Mm-mm.
I think I picked For the First Time by The Script.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
I
what's
don't even
that?
remember the lyrics that much, but For the First Time has this really good storyline. Wait, I'll search the lyrics. Give me 5 seconds.
That's interesting. When you said for the first time, I was like, for the first time in forever?
Oh, Nina searched it. So it starts with this. She's all laid up in bed with a broken heart while I'm drinking Jackal alone in the local bar. And we don't know how.
Wait. I don't know if you can sing it.
But wait, that's like just what 10 seconds. We won't get copyrighted.
Okay. I
Anyway,
was like, okay. I should have sang mine too.
but anyway, those are just the three main sentences. I remember every time I listen to that intro. I mean, I was 15, but I felt so old listening to it. It feels like life. And I think that song, I remember singing it, and it's not really a known song by the band. They were known more for The Man Who Can't Be Moved or Break Even, but this is my favorite song from them, even though I really like most of their songs. All of them, actually. They even follow me on Twitter, FYI. Just a random fact. But that's my first song because I think that was a song that really made me fall deeply that music can share a story. So I'm including that as the first soundtrack. It feels like an eye opener. When I hear the song, I feel like I'm back to my youth, even though it's such a sad song, you know?
So you remember your youth when you hear that song?
Yeah, I remember it. I feel like I have an inkling that when I heard it, I feel like that could be a direction that I could be really broken in the inside because they have this really inspiring songs. I mean, the band. So for the first time, feels like life on a different side of the spectrum. Yeah, sometimes Nina, youth is feeling old. so so that's why I picked that song. How about you, Pa? What's your next song?
My next song would be The Cure by Mix. This
Ooh.
song, especially during the dark times of my life, helped me overcome them, because it was like reminding me that the feeling I had that time was just at that time. So in the lyrics, I was a little bit lost, but I'm not anymore. I was a little bit hurt, but I'm not anymore. I was a little left out, but I'm not anymore. So those were the lyrics of the chorus. And it was like saying that that's just right now. In the future, I won't be feeling that depression, that anxiety, not anymore. So that's why that was like the song that really helped me more than learn to let go, because the title is The Cure. It was like saying that the cure to happiness is something that I'll find. Maybe not today, but maybe tomorrow or someday. So that's why I like this song.
Cure happiness, Nina said. Or
Oh,
cure sadness.
cure. It was like the cure for happiness. I don't know. Cure to happiness.
Or cure to life, death. She's laughing.
Was I wrong?
No,
I
no, no.
don't remember.
How did you discover the song? I think it's the first time that I heard of that song. So how did you discover?
Oh, because I liked Little Mix back then. I mean, until now, I really like their songs. And then I like them from Wings. And then when I heard this song,
The Wings, yeah, I know that's their debut song, right? I like that as well.
yeah, that's their debut. I like them from there. And then every time they released a new song, I would listen to it. But this is like B-side song. Well, it's not their single. It's just a song from their album.
Oh, sometimes those
Have a
songs,
lot of good songs.
those songs that aren't the star of the album are really good. So I get what you mean.
True.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Mads? What's your next song?
My next song might be
Mm-hmm.
unexpected, but it's Footloose by Kenny Loggins. Do you know
Oh,
Footloose? It's my
is
happy.
it like Footloose?
Yeah, that one. That song.
Da-da-da. Okay.
It's old school. I know, Nina, it's old school. But that's the song that when I hear it, it automatically lift ups my mood. It lifts my mood. So good. I really like that line. You can fly if only you'd got loose, foot loose. You wouldn't actually think of that song, or you wouldn't reflect on it because it's such a happy beat. But I really like songs with happy beat but with a sad or more reflective meaning in them. So Nina, we're not cutting loose anything at this point. She's saying cut loose is a sign cut loose ng. Anyway, Footloose is the second one. I remember even dancing to it when I was a senior in high school for a production number in school. And I had to like dance to Footloose. I watched both versions of the movie and I really liked both versions. But yeah, Footloose is my second one. It's undoubtedly part of the soundtrack of my life because whenever I was sad, I'd like put it up there. With the Christmas songs, yeah. Christmas songs.
Are we gonna see you performing Footloose?
It's a podcast, so you can just imagine me like swinging my feet.
A special video, maybe?
If they subscribe. How about you, Pa? What would you add? Do you have a song like that? Is that your next song, or do you have a new one?
My next song, a happier one, I guess, would be Soulmate by Lizzo.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, the lyrics of that song is I'm my own soulmate. And I know how to love me. So that's like saying, that's like self-love. And I love that. Like, I love myself. Yeah, I'm gonna sing this to myself. I'm gonna marry myself, like in the lyric, you know?
That's so nice.
Self-love is so important. You know, sometimes in the music industry, you always hear about romantic love, and I was gonna say family love, but that's not really. You don't really listen. You don't really hear that. It's like about love and then heartbreak, about drugs and whatever. So this song, when I heard this, I was like, oh, a new song about self-love. I love it.
I love that.
Yeah. And like at first I wasn't really a big fan of Lizzo. When Truth Hurt was released, but when I heard Good as Hell, I was like, ooh, I like this. Yes, I'm good as hell. But if I was going to pick a song in the soundtrack of my life, it will be Soulmate. Because you know, I'm the one for me. How about you, Matt? Do you have a song
Mm-mm.
that
That
expresses self-love?
self-love. Oh, I'm not
What,
that.
or what's your third song to be included in your soundtrack?
Well, if you know Jessie J,
Oh.
I think I'd include Nobody's Perfect. I'm thinking of that other song, but I remember listening to this one and just jamming to it.
Mm.
I remember it starting with, when I'm nervous, I have this thing, yeah, I talk too much. That's so me. Eh, it's like I need to tell someone, anyone who listen. Like that's part of the lyrics, and it's an ongoing kind of reflection that I keep trying to remember that nobody's perfect. But
Mm-mm.
I think I tend to forget a lot that idea. I mean, I know nobody's perfect, but I just have this sort of conundrum in my head that, yeah, no one's perfect, but something that you can do can be perfect, like a project. And that can sometimes mess up with your head. So even if
Oh.
no one's perfect, I feel like that's a song that really reflects my childhood. Yeah.
Oh.
But what about you, Pao? I don't really have something that's like a soulmate song. I tend to like
Mm-mm.
sad songs quite a lot. I'm kind of emo. When I was young, I
Mm.
listened to rock bands and Avril Lavigne and a lot of
Oh.
rap
So
things.
do you have an Avril Lavigne song in your soundtrack?
The song where we're in the music videos, he just walk in the dark street at night.
When I'm with you or
I'm not sure. No, not what the hell. I like that song. I like
so much.
but it's an Avril song, Avril Lavigne song. I like all of her songs. I
Yeah,
really
yeah,
like a
yeah.
lot of alternative rock and just rock in general.
Mm-mm.
What about you, Pao?
Speaking of sad songs, another song that I included in my soundtrack would be Wondering in the
Oh.
High School Musical, the
Oh,
series.
I just listened to that earlier.
It's so good. And
Mhm.
well, I think this suits the podcast name because it's like, what if, like, if I could go back and change the past, be a little braver than I had. It's like, what if I chose this path rather than this path? Would I be happier in this path? So yeah, that's like another song in my in my soundtrack because as we grow older we have a lot more decisions that we have to make, and like the decision of not shifting to another course was like, should I have done this? Would I be happier than I am right now? But it's just making me wonder, but I wouldn't change anything because I like what I'm doing right now, as in the podcast. I like being and talking with you guys. But the maybes.
The maybes, I know.
Yeah. How about you? What's your next song?
Speaking of getting older, I really
Mm.
like Chance the Rappers. I'm going rap. Chance the Rappers. It's not a famous song from him, but it's called 5 Year Plan. And I remember listening to it. And the first line says, "You gotta schedule your vacations in your 5 year plan. You gotta schedule celebrations in your 5 year plan." Like so
Ooh.
yeah, Nina, you can search it. It has really good lyrics and it's really good. Like it just really tells you that in your 5 year plan, there will be time for lessons, time for blessings, time for impressions, like even third or fourth impressions. I really like that song because it really makes you reflect that you can have plans regarding the years of your life and you'll make mistakes and you'll make a lot of missteps along the way, but sometimes that's the plan of life, and sometimes you're not the one planning, you're just the one living it, and I really feel that as part of my soul because I used to plan a lot about my future. I'd have like a 10-year plan and a 5 year plan, and none of them worked out. And sometimes, most of the time, if I'm not planning for my future, I'm planning on how I'd fix my past, which is a dumb thing to do because it's already done. So why am I doing that? So sometimes it's just about living. for me, that's one of the soundtracks of my life. Because when you have that sort of gnawing feeling in your head that everything needs to be perfect or everything needs to be planned out, sometimes you need to make mistakes to, fix your thinking. Because really, it's not always the world that's wrong. Sometimes it's just your plans. But what do you want to add? Like, what do you want to add, Pao, as another song? Hearing that, does another song come to mind?
Speaking about the 5-year plan of not being able to control your life, my next song would be Breathe by Lehigh. It's about taking a breath and someone talking to a person who wasn't able to control their life and needs a break. So in the refrain, it was saying, "It's all right if you run out of breath. No one will blame you." Oh my gosh, I'm getting emotional. Every time I hear the song, it really makes me emotional.
Mm-mm.
So it's like, it's all right if you run out of breath. No one will blame you. It's okay to make mistakes sometimes because anyone can do so. Although saying it's all right is comforting, they're just words.
Mm.
It's really good. It's like every time that you're having a hard time and you want to cry but can't cry, that's whenever I feel like that, I listen to this song so that I can cry and then remove that sad vibe from me. I don't know if anyone can understand this, but sometimes you just really need to cry so that you'll feel okay. So this song is like the comforting song for me. It's like the chorus said, someone's breath. Though I can't understand your breath, it's all right. I'll hold you. So that's saying that you really did a good job. So that's why I would include this song in my soundtrack because sometimes you just really need a song to cry to.
Mm-mm.
And a song that's saying that it's okay to cry.
Actually, Pao, I really
Mm.
like that song you said. Like Breathe, right? By Lihai.
Yeah.
I liked it so much that during college, I even made a cover out of it and put a rap lid
Oh.
because I related so much from it. I can't remember it, but I remember just putting the chorus and then having a rap lyrics and putting it in a Word document because I liked it so much. So it's actually one of the first songs that I completed because of Breathe. But she had another song, right, that she released recently called Hollow, I think, and it has almost the same meaning. I'm not sure if, if that's the title, but she had a new song and it's about breathing while you're still in your 20s because at the end of the day you're still young, and I really like that song, the one that you said. But I really like their label in general because one of my next songs is actually Loser by Big Bang. Do you know Loser, Pao, by Big Bang?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember it's the song that propelled me into K-pop. Really propelled me into K-pop. I really like the whole song, everything about it. It just tells you that at the end of the day that there are days when you really do feel like you're a loser. I don't even remember the English translation, but there's even one line at the start by G Dragon, and he said that we're all just clowns. But of course, he used the word perot. Perot. I don't remember. I'm so sorry. But I really like that song because just like Lee Hai's song "Breathe," it made me take a deep breath and exhale. That okay, maybe it's okay to be sad. Maybe it's okay to just exist. Oh, Nina gave us a translation. Loser, a coward who pretends to be a loner. Oh yes, I love that one. You are a useless delinquent in the mirror. Yeah, we're all just losers sometimes. And there are days, and sometimes it's okay to feel like a loser. I always tell this to people who ask me what I do if I'm sad. I just allow myself to be sad. I think that's a good coping mechanism sometimes. You just cry. You just cry. But you mentioned earlier that your song has another song that relates to it, right? Can I ask you about that one?
Oh, another song that's related to it. Well, it's from the group 17, and 17 will and always be my ultimate group. So I wouldn't leave them out of the soundtrack of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that song is Kiddo.
Oh,
It's
kiddo. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's about
It's about being a kid adult,
mixed.
right? I remember that song.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's saying there's a kid in an adult body and we're precious. It's okay to cry. Saying after laughing like a grown up, even when you're crying like a child,
Mm-mm.
you're precious and the world will be fine. You are who you are, and that's really comforting
Mm-mm.
for me.
It's a really comforting song.
Yeah,
Oh, I really
so
like
that's
that.
why. Yeah,
Sometimes, there are songs that makes you feel like you're a kid again, and there are songs that makes you remember that you're an adult or you're a kid in an adult's body. And those songs are my favorites, really. Do you
true.
have a song that takes you back to your childhood? Because I have one, and for me,
What's yours?
it's funny because it's Simpleng Tao by Glock 9.
Oh,
Whenever I hear that song,
we're going look.
yeah, we're going local. And even that song in Bagsakan, every time I hear those songs, I immediately go back to just being part of this small little province and just hanging out with my brothers and my dad. And I remember listening to those songs. I remember Huling El Bimbo is
Oh,
the first song that I really memorized. And Ligaya by the Eraserheads. Oh, so many songs. I'm so sorry about Ligaya by the Eraserheads. I've never like memorized that song, but if I listen to it, I know how to sing it. And some songs really just takes you back to a certain moment in time. But do you have a song like that?
a song that takes me back to a certain moment in time would be Someday by Nina.
Oh, like
Nina,
Arnina?
oh, maybe. Why don't you sing for us, Nina? The Someday?
She's glaring at us. But
Hindi
why that
ko.
one? Why that song?
Why? Because this is the first song that I memorized when I was a kid. It's about heartbreak. It's saying someday you're gonna realize. It's talking to your significant
Mm-hmm.
other who just left you, and I'm like, and she's like saying, someday I will get over you. But that's someday, not right now.
Oh, how old were you? Because you said this was your first song, right? That you memorized.
Yeah, the first song, I don't even remember. I think I was 6 years old back
6
then.
years old and already singing about heartbreak.
I didn't even know it was heartbreak back then. I was just singing because like all of my friends were singing it, all of the
Mm-mm.
people in the house were singing it, and
Mm-mm.
that's why this is the song that made
Mm-mm.
me remember about my childhood.
I was singing nursery songs at 6. Honestly,
Oh,
like I don't even remember that song that well, but while you were singing about heartbreak at 6, I was singing about birds.
birds.
I was singing about birds and how they can get skewered outside. I'm trying
Oh,
to remember. Not a lot of people know this song, but it's just a song that I really liked, and I remember liking it so much, and I have no idea why because it's such a simple song. I mean, growing up, I think my music changed. How did your music preferences change, Pao?
well, back then, the songs that I listened to were
Ah.
all happy, fast-paced music, but
Mm,
right now, it's all calm. It's
mm,
all calm and like chill. It's the songs that you'll hear when it's raining outside
mm-hmm,
and you have like a hot chocolate with their blanket. So I like those songs right now. How
mm-hmm.
about you, Matt? How did your style change from childhood to now?
Well, I
Still
think
listening to birds?
not so much. I think. I mean, Birds, the artist.
Not so much, so just a little.
I'm kidding. I think your style was more of pop, right? When you were younger, more pop, more cheery.
Yeah.
I was an emo kid, so I remember like being 12 and listening, having this some sort of recorder because I didn't have a phone, so I have a recorder with me, and I'd listen to Coldplay songs about raining and heartbreak at 12, not sick. I was at least 10 by then. Listening to Taylor Swift at 12, listening to Back to December. Yeah, I was kind of emo, and I really liked rap because I liked how it was poetry, emotion kind of thing. And I don't know. I really liked alternative rock. I like musicals. I like emo stuff even before, but I never liked metal. No, Nina. Taylor's songs were kind of emo. A lot of them were breakup songs. How was that not emo? They're country. I also like country actually. I really like country music. But nowadays, I think it's a myriad of everything together. As long as sounds good. But we have the same kind of music now, right? They're more calming.
Yeah, true.
But I still listen to bands quite a lot. Not a lot of bands give good music nowadays. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I like the more popular ones and even less popular artists like Sarah Kay, Jacob Black. I listen to them. I really like the artistic repertoire of them. And a lot of
Mm-mm.
K-pop. Big fan of Icon and Kim Hanbin and Big Bang. Anything YG because I like hip hop. But that's basically me. Nina, do you want to say anything? She's shaking her head.
So a recap of the songs that I would include in my life would be Learn to Let Go by Kesha, Wondering in the High School Musical, the musical, the series. The third would be The Cure by Little Mix,
Mm-hmm.
and then Kidot by 17,
Mm-hmm.
Breathe by Lehigh,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Soulmate by Lizzo.
Oh.
And what are the songs that you'll include, Mads?
Honestly, pal, when you started making a recap, I got so nervous because I can't even remember what I ate earlier. So I remember saying I remember saying, Nina's laughing. You're laughing. Don't laugh. No one laugh. So my 5 songs after a lot of memory drills is Footloose, Loser, 5 Year Plan, For the First Time, and Nobody's Perfect. Yay!
Yay! So how about you guys? What's the soundtrack of your life? What songs would you include in your soundtrack? Well,
Comment down
now you
below.
know ours.
What would you include, guys? You can send us a message if you want. Try to let us know what songs you really like and defines your life. But yeah, that's basically it for today, right, Paula?
Yeah, and that's the end of the episode.
See you again next Friday, hoping that your gravity small and your wishes stay strong. Bye, guys.
Bye!
This is Mad
And Pao.
and Nina. See you again next time. Bye. Bye, Nina.
Bye.